and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. Well, my name is Haniza. I study at Sovannaphumi School at Phnom campus. Today, I have a great honor and excited to be here to tell you an interesting story which called The Empty Pot. Before getting deep into the story, are you wondering that why I choose this story? Yes, that's because this story has a strong, powerful sign that catch my feeling to choose it. The strong, powerful sign inspire me and the use for the future to be honest. That's because honesty will bring us successful. Moreover, honesty can make people around respect and love us. Especially, we can be success in everything because of it. Don't waste our time, let's enjoy the story all together. A long time ago, there was a boy named Chen. He lived in China with his mother. They lived in a house full of beautiful flowers and other plants from their garden. The emperor of China was a very old man. He didn't have any children. He worried about who would become the next emperor. For the next day, he decided to choose the next emperor from among the children of his country. He told his people, "I will give a flower seeds to every child. In a year's time, come back to the palace with your pots." Chen carefully planted his seeds in a little clay pot and gave it water. Days passed, but the little seed didn't sprout. He moved the seed into a bigger and fancier pot. He placed the pot in the sunniest corner of his garden. Weeks passed, but the little seed didn't sprout. He carried his pot to a well with fresh water. Months passed, but the little seed didn't sprout. He kept his pot creaking next to the pot. He wanted the seed to hear the cricket's sweet sounds. Seasons passed, but the little seed still didn't sprout. A year passed. It was the time to bring the pot back to the emperor's palace. Chen was sad. His seed hadn't sprouted at all. His mother told him that, "Don't worry, my son. You did your best. Bring the pot to the emperor," and told him what happened. Children came to the emperor's palace with their pots full of flowers. Chen looked down sadly with his empty pot. The emperor walked slowly through the crowd of children and flowers. Something was wrong. The emperor didn't look pleased. At last, he came to Chen and his empty pot. "What's this?" the emperor demanded. "Why is your pot empty?" he asked. Chen answered, "I'm sorry. I put the seeds in the pot. I moved it into a bigger and fancier pot. I made sure it had some light. I gave it the freshest water. I even let my cricket keep it company at night. No matter what I did, it wouldn't grow. I tried my best." Suddenly, to Chen's surprise, the emperor shouted loudly, "I found the next emperor. I don't know how the rest of you grew your flowers, but the seeds I gave out were boiled. They could never have grown, but this child was honest and used his best effort to try to grow the seed." 2 days later, Chen and his mother went to live in the palace. The emperor and Chen walked in the palace garden together. When the emperor died, Chen became the next emperor. He cared for China just as he always cared for his own garden. After enjoying this story, we can imagine that Chen was an honest kid. He used his best effort to try to grow the seed. This honesty made the emperor choose him as the next emperor of China. Ladies and gentlemen, what does this story teach us about? Honesty is the best policy. Ladies and gentlemen, my storytelling has come to the end, and I would love to say thank you so much for your time and for your attention.
សាលារៀនសុវណ្ណភូមិជាសាលាចំណេះទូទៅខ្មែរធំជាងគេនិងល្អជាងគេនៅកម្ពុជា